The umbrellas are important. If you have assets, and really anybody, a single 26-year-old living in an apartment that has a car, maybe might not need an umbrella, but if you've got any assets, you really need one. I had a situation where a gentleman who had minimum liability limits when he came to me, and I won't say the company he was with, didn't matter because I'm here to help him. I was like, look, you need to increase your liability limits and we need to get an umbrella. And he was like, I'm all for it, Literally 30 days later, his daughter was in an accident. She was making a left on a green light, wasn't the arrow. The gentleman T-bones her. He's a plumber, shatters his arm, knocks out all his teeth, hurts his neck. So, he works for himself. So they're going to have to pay his salary for years and years. So that umbrella, the auto gets exhausted. So they pay out the $500,000 for the auto. Then they tapped into the umbrella and got a lot of that umbrella. But his assets were never touched. So I think it's just important. The umbrellas are important. If you have assets, and really anybody, a single 26-year-old living in an apartment that has a car, maybe might not need an umbrella, but if you've got any assets, you really need one. Crazy, I can't really, there's been some boat accidents. I've had some people have their boats up in the trees, and I'm like,
a little too much.
What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened, So, we get a lot of different things. That one was pretty crazy when you got the Marine police pulling out a boat that you insure. And
so you chose, you could have went to work for State Farm or just name any insurance company out there. But you chose to be an independent agent, right? Is that the correct
That's
term?
correct.
Yeah. So why is that? Let's talk about the differences and what does that allow you to do?
So when you're an independent, you have multiple companies. So, it's kind of like I was talking about with the niches of different companies and what some companies want and some companies don't. When you work for a captive company, and I don't think it's going to bother. Everybody knows a State Farm is a captive company. Great company. State Farm is an amazing company, okay? But they're captive. They have their own agents who are employees that sell policies. They have one avenue, one policy, and that's it. So if that policy gets, hey, it went up $1,000 from last year, and you call State Farm, they're going to say, yeah, this just is what it is. Where you call me and say, and really, you won't have to call me. I'm going to call you and say your policy went up $1,000. Your renewal's coming up in 45 days. We see it. We're going to requote this because that company has just lost money in this market and we need to move you. So it allows me the ability to find what you need from multiple different companies, where the State Farm person is, no disrespect, just going to say, good luck.
Right.
Here, it is what it is. We have to charge this.